A word about e-prescribing. Anytime you open the orders window, you have the capability of e-prescribing. So I can go here to add orders, and to e-prescribe you need to change from the inpatient medications, the type, to prescriptions. Right there you'll see the prescription bottle. Now you can search for any prescription. And pick one with the order sentence that would correspond to what you want to write. If you were writing a 90-day supply, you can click that one, or just a 30-day supply for that one. The order sentence will pop up here, and just for demonstration, I'll put this into full screen mode. I'll close this panel, and now you have the opportunity to add refills if you want. Everything else looks pretty good. And then you can click up here to the send to, and this will give you the option to send to a pharmacy. Now you might want to say, and how do I know which pharmacy this will go to? If I go back to the home button up here to go back to the main screen and actually go back to normal view, I can see up here there should be an option for patient pharmacy. This is supposed to be entered by nursing staff at some point during the assessment process, but if the patient does say, well, I changed my mind, I want this to go to a different pharmacy, it can be added quite easily. I'll cancel that. I'll go back to my order screen. I can actually click the back button to go back. Optionally, I can print out that prescription, and notice what I did here. This is where I would see the pharmacy to e-prescribe. Keep in mind that e-prescribing is a meaningful use measure, especially stage 3, where we need to e-prescribe at least 25%, the more the better, to meet meaningful use, stage 3. But if you want to print it out, let's say it's a Percocet prescription, Loracet, something you have to print out, click these 3 dots, and then it will give you an opportunity to pick printers on floors that you are mostly frequenting. If you don't see those printers here, notice these are my favorite printers. You can go to this other output devices. Notice too up here it says send to printer. And now I can go down here and find St. Dominic Health Services. Unfortunately, it doesn't just jump out at you. And pick St. Dominic Hospital. Click the plus by St. Dominic Hospital. And then depending on the floors that you frequent, you can check different floors. Once again, this is build, so it may not have all the printers in the build, but it should be in the production. If I click 3 East, for example, there is a prescription printer, and I can actually right-click this and add it to my favorite. In this case, it's already in my favorites. So 6 East Neurology, I can go up here and add to my favorites, and now it's in my favorites. So that's how you do it. I wish it would automatically locate the printer as you would expect in our current system, but that's just not a feature that Cerner supports at the moment. However, once you do define favorite printers, it will be a lot easier to e-prescribe print your prescription if you need to. Preferably e-prescribe it, and you can bypass all of this nonsense. We will be supporting, ultimately, e-prescribing of narcotics. This will be a feature that is coming likely in early 2018. For some of you, it may come earlier than that. So that was from the order entry window. Where you will likely find yourself e-prescribing is in the discharge med rec. So I'll go back here to the workflow. I'm in the discharge workflow. I'll go to jump to the med rec section. and then I will go to this tab to perform a med rec. And let me clear something up first. If you ever do see the error screen that we just saw earlier, it's because you may have already started ordering a medication or some order sets on this patient and you did not complete the orders. And I had actually created that lisinopril order, but I didn't do anything with it, so it was still not signed. So now I can click it. And now you see the discharge med rec, where everything on the left side is orders prior to reconciliation, everything after. Since this is a discharge, I can jump ahead and say continue remaining home meds, do not continue remaining orders, because those are usually hospital orders. Now I can I can check through this and see if there's anything else I want to continue or start. In this case, if I wanted to give the patient a prescription for his carvedilol, I could click into this prescription window, prescription radial button here. You see it has a prescription bottle. If I click here, it will bring up my prescription writer down here. I can change the refills, dispense. If I want to give special instructions to the patient that's on the prescription pad, I can type it in here. If I want to give a note to the pharmacy that will not be included and not visible to the patient, I can give it down here in the ERX note to pharmacy if I'm e-prescribing it. Once again, I send to the pharmacy. If it's e-prescription here, this will feed in from that patient pharmacy that's entered by the nurse, or I can click here to send it to a printer. In this case, you notice I don't have a printer here, but that's of no concern because this is the build version of Cerner and does not have that available at the moment. So that's how you do e-prescribing. Thank you.